Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video. Another video inside of Stampy's lovely world, and I got a very exciting video for you now, because this is the day in which I'm going to go to the moon.
Hey everybody, back with another video, are we? Well, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but it's just going to be a short story about how finding Stampy again brought me out of some really hard times. Now, I try to avoid a lot of serious topics going on the internet because, I don't know where or who or what's seeing this, but I think this is just a safe spot to just kind of talk about this and talk about how you can heal too, and sometimes it's just looking back at your life. Well, let's start from the beginning, shall we? Back in around 2014, I was about 3 years old, and I had just started getting access to the internet. Now, with that access, it was very limited, but one of the things I would see pop up on YouTube Kids all the time was a Stampy video. I would come back from school every single day and wait and see if there was a new video up, even though I didn't know how schedules worked. And really my first fond memory of Stampy was when I was around 5 years old. When I was about 5 years old, I started imitating the British accent that he had, and I also made a paper cutout of him and I Ballistic Squid in kindergarten, because we had free time, and that's probably one of my first memories, and also one of the first memories I have before I met my best friend of 11 years. So I don't know, I feel like, and on a side note, Stampy brought me and him together, in a way, I guess. So, fast forward the years, YouTube changes, and I noticed that in the content, like, people like Mr. Beast start rising up, and people don't really want to see people like Stampy anymore, and that included myself, because, I was growing up a little bit, and I wanted more higher-paced things and whatnot. So, when I was around 6 or 7 years old, I discovered more Roblox YouTubers, and I developed a fascination with Roblox as a whole. I still checked up on Stampy every now and then, but not as much as I would have when I was 5 years old or 3 years old. And I'd say this is really where things started to kind of go south. People started becoming really cruel towards me, and I get back then I was sort of you could say a tattletale, and I don't know, I had the best intentions at heart, but people just didn't like me, and, that stayed true until about 8th grade, 9th grade, where I am now. It's been pretty hard, but this started taking a toll on me, and then there came 7th grade. 7th grade started out amazing. I had friends that I made in 6th grade that were really close with me, and I thought I had my life all put together. After the whole ordeal with my dad almost dying, it was really hard for me to get back into the swing of things, and finding a little group of people was really helpful for getting me out of that cycle of just what happened, because I was so young when it happened too. And one of the girls in that group of friends I made, I ended up liking, and the summer before 7th grade, I, told her, and she accepted it, and we were a thing by the start of the school year. Little did I know that would be my greatest mistake. I won't go into too much detail, but, man, it started off amazing, I'll say that. It felt like everything was finally going right for me. I would say it felt good, and it was the thing I needed more than ever, was somebody to talk to. But looking back on it, she was no place for me to talk to at all. She insulted me, she called me names, and this slowly diminished my mental health to the point of breaking point by the end of the school year. And I did some not so good things to myself, which I won't go into too much detail because, that's not what I want to have on the internet. But I was really hard on myself and genuinely just didn't like living. So after my recovery of, self-recovery, I didn't go anywhere, but after getting better, I decided, hey, what's Stampy up to? Because I realized the charm and the joy I had been missing in the world was from Stampy, and I hadn't watched a video of his since his hiatus on his Lovely World series in, like, what, 2020? I don't know. It was forever, you know. I kind of just fizzled out of watching his videos. So in 2023, I came back right before, you know, 7th grade ended and, like, all that stuff. And genuinely, it really fixed me in a way. You know, I never gave him enough credit for how much he built up my childhood, because the reason I have a show, the reason I love doing British accents, the reason I wanted to be a YouTuber was all because of him. I'm here because of Stampy, and I'm still alive because of the drive that he gave me. And when his finale came out, I'll say I cried. I had just gotten back into the fan base, and seeing it end so suddenly felt like I lost a big chunk of my childhood that I wasn't willing to watch again because I'm not a kid anymore. And it was really hard, but, you know, that's the thing you learn about Stampy. People like Stampy. We need to bring the internet back to what it once was. Millions of kids my age, 15, are struggling, and they didn't get the help they needed. And unfortunately, the world is cruel, and it's not always going to turn out the way it did for me. I had some horrible friends about a year ago, but they're all gone now, and I replaced them with some amazing friends, and I feel the best I've ever been. And some people aren't that fortunate, which brings me back to Stampy. Stampy, I don't know, like I said, I don't give him enough credit, where credit is due. He reminded me what my drive was. And my drive was to animate. My drive was to keep posting. And after I got over everything, when I finally got the motivation to animate after such a long depression spiel, I posted. And the first video I posted on my main channel got 35,000 views as of today. Isn't that crazy? And it's still the most popular video on that channel. You know, I never really connected the dots until, I guess, sitting here right now. It's crazy. But like I said, some kids aren't as fortunate. And what we need to do is bring people like Stampy back. Now, just hear me out. Stampy's not coming back. He's taking a break from the internet, and I respect his choice. Because, you know, everyone gets older, everyone wants to start a life, and nobody wants to be a YouTuber forever. But the internet misses its charm. Nobody wants to watch Mr. Beast. Nobody wants to watch high-paced editing videos and people being rich and making you feel like you're nothing. Because if you're listening, I know I'm no expert, but you are enough. And I know that's just words coming out of a random guy's mouth that you clicked on a video and he has 50 subscribers, and it's nothing, but you are enough. And boy, I wish I could have heard those words when I was 12, when I was 11, 12, when I was 10, when my dad almost died. I felt like I was nothing. I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt, you know, alone, and it hurt. And no one my age should be going through that. And you look at the world, you look at what's going on, and you see what kids are turning into. You see what happens when they don't have a parent in the home to care for them, when their parents don't care for them at all. And the sad truth is sometimes you can't help them, but what you can do is pray for them. And I'm not trying to get all theological here, but sometimes just wishing someone luck can be great. So this brings me back to another thing. I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship April of this year. And I wouldn't even say it was that bad, actually. It was amazing, like I said, with the other ones. But I wanted to still stay in contact with her. I just didn't want to be in a relationship. And she was ripped out of my life by a toxic friend. A toxic friend, mind you, who has been my friend for 4 years. And a very important figure on my channel. And it really, really wrecked me. More than I think she thought it would. So, as I was in tears, as I was crying alone in my bed one night, praying that I would find somebody again, and if I did, that they would be like my late grandma, who she had passed away from a sickness, and that was just on my mind still, even months after. And when you know, literally June of this year, I went to a camp and I found amazing friends. Not only a massive friend group to replace the ones that I lost in 2025 when I was, framed for being, just everything bad, but friends that could have my back, friends that could be with me in my hardest times, and friends that I can be there for. And people who I love for the first time in years. You don't get that every day. You don't see that every day. And that all started with one guy sitting on his couch in his room making Minecraft videos for kids. So, my point is, bringing Stampy back will never happen. He's off of the internet. He said that on a questionnaire. He's not coming back. And as much as that hurts to hear from somebody who's been a childhood superhero for me, nobody lasts forever. But the legacy they leave lasts forever, as long as you make it last forever. So, keep posting, small creators. Keep being you. Keep doing what you love. Keep being yourself. Don't bend yourself for ideologies and what YouTube wants. Because in the end of the day, YouTube doesn't want you. But it's your choice to keep pushing. It's your choice to keep people you want to keep entertained. Not to have a big following. The goal is never to get a big following, because they're just numbers, and I had to learn that. My main channel, with almost 4,000 subscribers, I only get 10 comments on my posts. I'm a forgotten nobody. And that's because I chased fame. And I didn't get what I wanted, which was a community. So don't chase fame. Chase a community. Reply to people. Be as friendly as you can. Become friends with people. Keep a small, close-knit community. I met great online friends through just posting planet animations. Think about how far you could go by doing what you love and staying in touch with the people who love you. And I guess that's my story. Now is your time, so don't waste it. Keep pushing. I can't wait to see what you guys create.